What if someone pretending to be a police officer tries to stop a car, but the driver is a real police officer? This case is about a surprise meeting. Let's discuss how brave a person pretending to be someone else was, and how quickly the real police officer reacted. On November 4th, something strange happened to a captain from the New Mexico State Police. Someone tried to stop him by pretending to be a police car. This person used their car to flash blue lights at the front and red lights at the back, like a real police car. They wanted to control traffic and act like a police officer. When the captain called for help, the real police quickly reacted to deal with this unusual situation.
How you doing, sir?
Good.
What's your name?
In charge.
I'm in charge.
Okay.
What's your name, sir?
Sorry.
Okay, sir, I was told that you were using your car like you were a police officer.
No. Well, you should have showed it, right? You're in my truck. I told you to show it in your truck. You're on private property right now.
You have your driver's license, sir?
No, I'm not giving it. You have that.
Okay.
The person who did this bold thing was a man named Portillo. When the police went to talk to him, Portillo acted defensive right away. He said he was in charge of the place they were at, even though he got caught doing something on the public road.
Well,
I'm in charge of this right now.
okay. You're in charge of what?
I'm in charge of this property and other properties.
Okay, and that's fine. But over there on the highway, where you lit up cars and you were using your car like a police car.
There's no proof.
Okay.
Portillo seemed really sure of himself, maybe too sure, as he tried to act like he had authority over the situation, even though it was getting out of control. When the officers asked for his driver's license, Portillo wouldn't give it to them. Instead, he gave them his ID, which showed he was a security guard, not a police officer. This made the officers even more suspicious of him.
Do me a favor. You have any other weapons on you?
Well, mains.
Okay.
You got mags. Any other weapons, sir? Mains. Is that recording? Yes. Excellent. Is it recording on the highway? No. All right. Because I get to hear my post. Okay. Don't move.
Hold on.
Move.
Just stay here.
There's nothing in there. There's nothing else. I still gotta check you.
Even though the officers wanted to arrest Portillo for pretending to be a police officer, he didn't want to cooperate. He fought back against them, which made things worse. Portillo was really sure he hadn't done anything wrong, even though there was proof that he did. He said he was just doing what he usually does and denied trying to stop or control traffic like they said he did.
Okay, well, I was investigating you breaking the law.
Okay, but that's still not breaking the law, right?
Nothing else? All right, do me a favor. Have a seat here on the sidewalk.
No, I don't want to sit. I'd rather just stand.
Okay, well, you could sit in the back of a car or on the sidewalk.
I'll be sitting here.
Okay, then sit down. Sit down or in the back of a car.
Wait,
You pick one.
Can you two?
Back of a
fix
car
this one?
or right here?
Can you fix this one real fast? My left. It's on my phone, just a little bit.
Handcuffs are not meant to be comfortable, man.
During the situation, it became clear that Portillo did try to use his car to make other drivers on the road do what he wanted. This wasn't just a risky thing to do, it was against the law. It put him and other people on the road in danger. The police officers tried to talk sense into Portillo. They told him how serious his actions were and what bad things could happen because of them. They said that because of what he did on the road and because he wouldn't listen, they had to arrest him. While they talked to him, they recorded everything, which seemed to worry Portillo. Portillo's reasons for what he did were confusing. He said he was just going to work and doing his job.
Of a
If I
unit.
just lean on a unit,
All right, back of the unit.
I have a bad back
All right.
from my rack.
Well, we'll be gentle.
You got to be gentle.
All right,
Okay.
have a seat.
All right.
Where can I get your driver's license?
It's in my wallet.
Where's your wallet?
Yeah, I got it. You threw
Okay.
it on the floor.
All right, have a seat. I don't know why you want to argue with
I'm
us, man.
not, man. I didn't light up shit.
Okay.
He has no proof. I didn't light up anything.
Okay.
I was coming to work. Every time I come to work,
Just 3 weeks into his new job, Portillo had to deal with a situation that really challenged him to adapt and understand what his job was all about. Portillo's job was far from boring. He had to make sure places were safe and secure, and every day was different. Just the night before, he was part of catching someone who had done serious crimes like rape and stabbing. This made every day for him full of watching out for anything unusual.
how long have you been in PPO? Been in PPO for a month, and I've worked here for 3 weeks. 3 weeks? Okay. Yeah. And then prior to that, I was a private, security, overseas. Okay. Military? Well, not military now, but 28 years military. Okay. So he started following me, He started getting close and getting close. I asked him to show his ID. He refused to show his ID. And so I started backing up.
Portillo was out patrolling with his loyal K9 partner when he noticed someone following him. This person didn't say who they were or show any ID, which made Portillo worried. In his job, knowing who someone is makes things safe. When the person following him wouldn't show ID, Portillo chose to step back instead of confronting them. He did this because he thought it was safer to be cautious.
And that's what I do. I don't know what his problem is. But he followed me, he tailgated me, and he decided to call you guys. That's it. Okay. So when he started coming up towards me, then I went towards him and saw what the problem is, because you didn't know. He didn't identify himself. He didn't show his badge. He's shaking. That was it. Nothing more. Nothing to worry about. So I backed up.
Portillo's job sometimes made him do things that might seem strange if you don't know much about it. For example, he would turn on his car's lights not to pretend to be a cop, but to make sure the traffic was safe. He also did things like checking on stuff or talking to local businesses about safety worries. His job took him to different places in the community, like watching over laundromats or making sure nobody was in danger from people sleeping in trash cans. If you found this case interesting, please hit the like button, share it with friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more cases like this. Portillo's job was to help the community by keeping things safe. Property owners hired him to clean house, which means making sure everything is secure. The week before, there were some serious incidents, like a rape at a McDonald's and drug dealing behind a Verizon store. This showed how important Portillo's job was.
You know, when people confront us, especially here, it's a whole different show. You know how it is here.
Yeah.
So, you know, and that's what we did. The owners hired us to clean house here. So last week there was a rape at McDonald's, the bank there. Then also there was fentanyl sold behind Verizon. So that's what we do. That's it. I don't need to light anybody up. And so when you guys stopped me, I didn't do shit wrong. It's just that when you ask for my ID, I haven't done anything wrong, so that's why.
But when the state police got involved because they noticed what he was doing, things got complicated fast. Portillo was sure what he was doing was legal, but he had to explain himself. He didn't turn on his lights to trick anyone but to keep people safe. This point got lost in all the confusion that was happening. The officers were doing their investigation and asked Portillo. He didn't think he did anything wrong, so he didn't understand why they were suspicious of him. They kept talking about this issue. The officers knew Portillo felt like they were accusing him unfairly.
I do, but that's if I did something wrong, though. So I had a guy.
We didn't accuse anything. We simply stated we were completing an investigation.
Right.
We had just started. We need to identify who you are.
Okay.
And who that
Well,
is.
I apologize then.
So then, when you refuse, my sergeant did advise you.
Okay.
You'll go in cuffs, right?
That's good.
At which point now you're in cuffs. So that's where we're at right now.
So this guy, as not saying that he's an officer of any kind, and he's shaking really bad. He doesn't show his badge. He says it's in his vehicle. I'm like, okay, well, go get it. He's like, I refuse. I'm not going to get it. I'm telling you who am I. Hey, you know what? He could have easily walked up to his vehicle.
Your radio, does that connect to you? Do you guys have your own personal dispatch?
We do.
Okay.
Yeah.
As they kept talking, the disagreement between Portillo and the police officer showed how complicated their meeting was. Portillo was a security guard who had just started working for a company called Blackie. Now he had to explain what he did to a captain from the New Mexico State Police. The captain, after saying who he was and what he did, tried to clear up the confusion from what happened that night. The captain understood that Portillo had a military background and wanted to use his experience to help keep the community safe. But there was a big misunderstanding. When Portillo turned on his car's lights on the highway, it like what police officers usually do. The captain thought he was dealing with an officer from the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Department. This misunderstanding got worse because Portillo's car didn't have a license plate, which made the officer even more suspicious. In their talk, the captain stressed the need for clear identity and communication, especially when actions might seem like police work. Portillo agreed but remained firm on his right to secure the property for Blackie, his employer.
So we secure this. We've been hired 2 weeks. It's called Black Eagle.
Okay, this is a company that you work for.
This is a company that I just started.
Okay, do you have a contract with
Yes.
these properties?
Yes.
Okay.
For the whole land, from the whole land, from the whole property by the owners.
Okay.
So, like yesterday, there was a rape last week. There was a stabbing. Yeah.
It's a super bad area.
Yeah.
I understand.
Right. So this is where we come. This is where I come first.
Now let's rewind. Okay, I understand what you're saying, and like I said, your presence here, where you're dressed, your vehicle, all of that, on private property, just like you said, you own this property, this private property.
Right.
Absolutely valid. Again, going back to the interstate, why did you turn on your lights on?
I didn't turn on your lights on.
You turned on your blue front lights. Whenever I went to your right front,
I didn't.
how did I know they were blue?
I don't know.
Okay, cool.
There's shit all in there. So I don't know. If I did, I didn't know, because I usually turn on my lights here because I was going to go to the ladies.
This is like, things are gonna go really bad. You're trying to do a good thing, man. You are. I understand the position that you're in.
Their discussion highlighted the challenges both private security and police face in maintaining safety. While acknowledging Portillo's value and experience, the captain also expressed concerns about honesty in Portillo's actions. This conversation underscored the delicate balance between ensuring public safety and maintaining transparency in their roles. The main issue was Portillo using emergency lights during his security work. The captain was concerned that Portillo's actions and his denial of imitating police could harm his credibility. The captain highlighted the importance of honesty, noting that misunderstandings could negatively impact all security personnel, not just Portillo. He urged Portillo to own up to his actions, explaining that acknowledging mistakes is crucial for trust and clarity in their roles. Portillo insisted he never intended to deceive. He was just trying to ensure safety in a high-crime area, although he admitted his method might not have been perfect.
I'm not trying to.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Okay. Overall, okay, what you're doing as far as the necessity of security for this, okay, you're using your background and your abilities, your military, like all that stuff for good. Okay, I understand that. I applaud that. People like you help us all the time. Okay, if I had more good people that were willing to stand up for good people that are afraid, then criminals would run away.
Right.
Crime would be squashed. Okay, I understand that.
Right.
Okay? But what you're doing right now, okay, by trying to
As far as what?
as far as lying, okay, so by I didn't turn on my lights, okay, so now number one you're doing is you're trying to make me out to be a liar.
I'm not trying to make you out to be a liar.
The captain said that even though Portillo cares a lot, it's really important to have clear rules and act the right way, especially when doing things that might look like police work. They ended their talk by agreeing on things. To keep things safe and secure, they need to be honest, follow the rules, and be open about what they do. Portillo was left thinking about how important his job is and how he has to do it right. He knew he wanted to protect and help people, but he also understood that he always has to do things the right way, following the law and what's right. That's the end of our story about a fake cop and a real cop. It shows us why being honest and not pretending to be someone else is so important. We'd love to know what you think about what happened. Please tell us in the comments below. Thanks for watching, see you next time, and remember to stay safe and keep it real.